Hello everyone. Our model is lifestyles from the book Super Goal. We will start with the present simple. If we want to form a question, we start with do or does, then the subject, then usually, then the verb, then the object. For example, I rarely drink coffee. Because of I, we add nothing to the verb. He or she drinks coffee now and then. Because of he or she, we add s to the verb. Ask and answer questions about people's habits and routines. Number one, Kylie generally, Faris and Ali occasionally, Emma seldom for lunch in the park after dinner, Ali and his parents often on the weekend, Ismail sometimes with his friends, Ben now and then. So I want you to form them as questions, then answer these questions. So the answers are, what does Kylie generally eat for lunch? He generally eats a burger and soda for lunch, so we add s because of he to the verb eat. What do Faris and Ali occasionally do in the park? Faris and Ali occasionally play tennis in the park, so we add nothing to the verb play because they are plural, Faris and Ali. What does Emma seldom do after dinner? Emma seldom does the dishes after dinner. 4. What do Ali and his parents often do on the weekend? Ali and his parents often go to the park on the weekend. 5. What does Ismail sometimes do with his friends? Ismail sometimes goes bowling with his friends. Number 6. What does Ben do now and then? Ben gets a haircut now and then. Adverb of frequency or expressions of frequency, if you want to use them, if you are 100% from your sentence, then you are going to use always or all the time. From 99 to 50, usually, generally, normally, frequently, often, regularly. From 49 to 20, sometimes, occasionally, from time to time. 19 to 1, once in a while, now and then, hardly ever, seldom, rarely. And if you are not sure about anything 0, then it's never. When do we use them? We use them before the verb or after verb to be. Some of them we are using them like, for example, all the time, now and then, once in a while, twice a week, once in a month, every 2 months usually, come at the end of the sentence. Some adverbs of expressions can come at the beginning, so either at the end or at the beginning. Now I want you to write these sentences in the opposite. Use the words in the parentheses, for example, like rarely. Number 1, Ibrahim constantly talks on the phone, so I want you to change constantly with rarely. It's going to be Ibrahim rarely talks on the phone, so the verb with s because of Ibrahim. Number 2, my brother occasionally checks his email. My brother often checks his email. Number 3, I sometimes surf on the internet. I surf on the internet once in a while. 4, Qasim always arrives at work on time. Qasim hardly ever arrives at work on time. 5, Maha usually drinks tea instead of coffee. Maha drinks tea instead of coffee from time to time. So questions with how often, how much, and how long. If you want to form them, you can use it as, for example, how often do you use your cell phone? I use it like 20 times a day. How much time do you spend in the shower? I spend it about 5 minutes. How long do you spend on your homework? I spend about 2 hours every night. Now I want you to ask questions by using how often from the previous exercise. For example, number 1, how often does Ibrahim talk on the phone? How often does your brother check his email? How often do you surf on the internet? How often does Qasim arrive at work on time? And how often does Maha drink tea instead of coffee? So for today, we learned about the present simple, questions and answers, and comparing. Also, we learned about the adverbs of frequency, classify them and use them correctly in sentences, and questions and answers about how often, how much, and how long.